The Hideaway Shelter from Staying Home Corporation can be installed by a two-person team. The components are heavy, so be sure to wear steel-toed boots and use proper lifting equipment and methods to ensure safety. You will need the following tools to complete the installation. Start by inspecting the surface to ensure it is smooth and relatively flat. Shimming may be needed, but do not exceed more than 1/4 of an inch. Use a hand grinder with a diamond grinding wheel to remove rough spots that may affect the door swing and prevent the unit from sitting flat. Position one of the sidewalls where the shelter will be located. Position one of the back wall sections adjacent to it and connect using the 3/4 inch bolts. A small amount of grease helps the bolts slip through easier. Loosely tighten the bolts with a wrench. Attach the remaining back wall panels and loosely tighten the bolts. Then attach the other side panel and loosely tighten its bolts. Position the door and hinge and attach using the same 3/4 inch bolts. Use caution as the door is extremely heavy. Loosely tighten the bolts. Open the door and shim the outer edge temporarily, testing to make sure it swings freely and does not come in contact with the floor. Tighten all the door bolts and nuts securely. If necessary, reposition the shelter to its desired position. Test the door swing again. Remove the door shim and test to ensure the door clears the floor a minimum of 1/8 of an inch throughout its full swing path. Reinsert shims if it's necessary to acquire adequate door clearance. With the sidewall still loose, position the ceiling panels on top and bolt them together. Caution, these panels are very heavy and require 2 people to lift. Tighten the bolts connecting the ceiling panels snugly. Use a percussion hammer to drill a 5/8 inch hole in the concrete for the rear wall anchors. Be sure to use hearing protection. Insert the rear wall wedge bolts and tighten securely. Do not over-tighten. Repeat the process for the front wall anchor holes and wedge bolts. Now you can tighten all nuts and bolts. Finally, insert the 3 locking pins in the inside of the door. Then put Loctite on the threads of the smaller outside handles. Insert through the slot and screw each into the threaded hole of the locking pin. Rotate until they tighten and are positioned in the upright position. Do not over-tighten. Insert the rubber cap and test from the inside and outside to ensure proper alignment. And there you have it. Your hideaway shelter is completely installed and ready for use.